Well, g'day tubes, how's she hanging? Pretty good here. So we got this load of gravel. I didn't film it, but we got the load of gravel in and kind of smoothed out pretty good, and I went over it a bit with Mini X back and forth and kind of trying to level things a bit. It's a little bit low in the center here, but that's okay because I got another load to put on top here of this really good stuff. We've got a big pit north of us here, and it's this beautiful white limestone gravel. And it is amazing stuff. It will harden and pack in kind of like concrete. It's this really weird white stuff. It's all that's up there. And it's amazing, this stuff. Once you get it packed in and stuff and you get a bit of rain on it, it just goes like concrete. So I'm like, that's a perfect top for our base for this new deck. So, that's it. But I wanted to hammer this thing in a little bit with my Jumpin Jack, but it's been having some ghosts in it lately, we'll say. And we need to hammer it in, but it's not been running the greatest. I haven't had it going for a few years, so I do have, I hope, the proper carb kit for it. I think it probably needs a diaphragm in the carburetor, and probably cleaned out too, but fun stuff. Let's go see if I can dig her out. Well, there he is, if you remember this thing. And, ooh, what did I do? Why did I, For some reason, I took off my, it had a recoil spring go out of it. This thing's in pretty rough shape. It did run good when it ran, but for some reason now I've taken off that starter cup thing for the recoil. That's what I was wrapping the rope around, and it seemed to work good. But why on earth did I take that off now? I don't remember. Anyway, it's very hard to find parts. You might find like another used one with a good recoil spring in it. I haven't really looked, so once it's running it seems to be good, but it's got a lot of ghosts in it. I don't know, I don't understand what the heck's been going on with it. I found out that this little tube going down into the intake here was leaking, so I had sealed it. Hopefully I don't have to disturb that too much. To get the little carb off of here, I do have to take the side plate off, I think. But first of all, I'm going to have to look for that starter cup. And it kind of looks sort of like this thing for my car. Basically with two holes that, you know, bolt on. Why did I take that off now? I don't remember. Ooh, that might kibosh things. If I can't get her to start or pull. Well, let me go look for it and see what I can find. Okay, so I found that cup. I knew where it was. I think I remember why I had it off now, because I was having so much trouble starting. I took that off and then used a drill, you know, to start it. But that's kind of hard on things, so we'll definitely have to look into the carburetor. And this is a Bing 48 carburetor, and they used them a lot on a lot of still saws, older still saws and stuff. So that's good. And that's of course way up in here, the old Bing. So we'll take him off. And probably it's the stupid ethanol crap that's done this to this thing. This fuel line here is already getting hard. I had replaced fuel lines on this thing not super too long ago, and it's already getting hard. Oh man, frickin' ethanol. And this is of course the impulse line here for pumping the fuel. That's all that one really does, comes out of the side of the engine there. So maybe I shouldn't not remember which one's going where, but it's always, you know, before you tear it apart, it's good to take a couple little snappy shots. Okay, so we got to get probably this cover off here, which is probably gonna be a metric, I wonder. So 13 will work. Should. So we got to get this side plate protector cover off here first. Trying to get out here early today before it gets too hot. It's supposed to be like super hot out here today. So we'll see how far we can get. Got so many projects on the go here. I don't generally like doing that. You know, I like to get something done and then start the next, right? So I mean, we got the 800 tore apart right now, which we need to get cleaned up and start putting sleeves hopefully back into it. I maybe ran into a small little snag there that might kibosh that whole thing. I've got all the sleeves out. I didn't film taking the other two out. I just kind of went ahead and did them. Got all the sleeves out, and they were a little bit of a fight, but not bad. They were all real super wrenching. A wrenching good time, we'll say. So we got it out, and I thought, oh, I'm going to just make sure that the new sleeves, the little lip fits in the lip on the block. Well, they all fit except one. And it, to me, seemed like it wasn't quite round. So how that other one was sitting in there, I don't know. The old one. This one, I don't know what I'm going to do. And if I can't get that to be, you know, perfectly nice and round, that could be a nail in that coffin of that engine. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really know if I want to go ahead, and I can't believe all this work we put into it, and something like that is going to kibosh it, but I don't really want to go ahead and try to find another block for it and get that on already too. And we'll see if we can maybe just make it work. We'll see what happens, but so far it's not looking great for it. So alright, I'm going to try to take it off. I don't really want to disturb these things again here. And this is a weird pipe here. Let me get you back up here. I forgot you were down looking down at that thing. This is a weird pipe here. It's really hard, and it almost kind of doesn't fit right. And it's a weird pipe because, you know, I mean, the angle's just about right, but I noticed that I could tighten these clamps before I put the silicone on, tighten the clamps, and then it seemed to run different, better. So I'm like, okay, it must be leaking a bit of air from these clamps, you know, because the fuel comes down here into the engine, right, and that's how she runs. So if you're sucking air in one of these too, that's not a good thing. And I don't think it's doing it now because I have siliconed it all around here and sealed it, so it shouldn't be leaking any air anywhere. Although you never know, it might be. It might need to be resealed again too, right? Which maybe we'll even do today, but then we won't be able to run it until this stuff hardens up again. So hopefully that's not what's happening again. But I'd really like to get this carburetor off of here just to see kind of what's going on. So looks, oh boy, trying to get an Allen key. Of course this clamp's going to be in the way of this one. Oh man, I might have to try to get that tube off again now. It's siliconed on. I'm going to probably have a hard time getting that off. Well, I guess we'll try to get these lines off first here. Never seen a little wee tiny clamp like this. It's a little screw. I don't know if you can see this guy here. It's a little screw clamp. It's kind of interesting how they come up with their stuff. I mean, I guess it works. Seems to, anyways. That one. And this one, I think I was trying to change this fuel line, and it was some weird size, and I could not get. I've got like 5 different sizes of line, and I couldn't find the right one. But anyways, hopefully I don't have to try to replace it too, because it's probably not going to have one that's going to fit. It's probably some weird size or something. I don't know. Try to get this other clamp off of here. And hopefully not damage this fuel line. I might wait until I get the carburetor right actually off to maybe get this one off. Okay, so I can get these Allen keys off of here, but I still have to get this one loose too and off. And the throttle cable. That was another thing too, the little throttle handle thing up here. Man, it had some weird ghosts in it too. It would sometimes, I don't know, it was weird because I had to make a new bolt for here, and it's like 2 nuts, and I don't know, it was a really weird thing. Okay, let me find some Allen keys. Looks like we got a bigger one here and smaller on the carburetor side. And I have to get both of these off, unfortunately, to get the carburetor to come off because it's all pinched in behind the tube here, so that sucks. I'd rather not touch that, but that's just a cover, it looks like it's being held on. Maybe that's the gasket. The gasket cover, maybe it just needs tightened up, I don't know. Well, let me find some keys here and then we'll see if we can get this loose. Alright, I think I might have found a couple. This one's loose-ish. Hopefully I don't mess up the gasket that's under this. I'm pretty sure my kit I got doesn't come with that base gasket. Now, this one might be a little interesting trying to get to. Might have to, yeah, I'm going to have to move that clamp, I believe. Might have to go get a screwdriver too, because it's going to pull out and it's going to hit that clamp, unfortunately. Well, I really didn't want to loosen these off, but it wasn't super tight again anyways. There's a little weird thing with these clamps. I think it's sealed up still, but boy, you'd wonder. You'd wonder. Now this is where I could use one of the little ball end ones here. It's turning, luckily. Oh, I better be careful making my cut bleed. Still a little bit touchy. Ouchie. Well, these screws are a lot longer than I figured they would have been. Try to use my other hand. No, of course the underneath one has to be the tough one, right? It's working good with this one here, but it's making my cut bleed. Ah! Probably shouldn't get dirt in them. Yeah, so we need bolts that are 5 miles long. That's alright. Gotta be just about out of there now. Okay, do we need to... Oh, they just don't even go past this tube. Isn't that an awful design? Thanks, BILLSTMAXX. Really didn't want to take the bottom one off of here if I didn't really have to. But it looks like I might have to. Okay. So, we'll go down here and do that one. Let's move you down a little more. There. Let's see how tight this one is. Yeah, it's probably pretty tight. Whoops, sorry, just about took you out. On again. I'm sorry. I am so sorry about that. Get in there. And that clamp's going to be in the way too, I bet you. $100. Unless I can push it past and drop the key. Might be safe there. It'd probably be easier if I moved it. Probably easier if I just resealed it too, but I say I really don't want to have to get in there and do that. But it did have some weird ghosts this thing, and the way it was running before, could be that's all it is again, but I wouldn't doubt it a bit that I've never looked at the carburetor on this, so I wouldn't doubt a bit that it's something to do with that. But anyway, we've got things loose here. I could probably just get this all off of here now, I'm hoping. And trying not to bugger up that gasket. Those are very, very long. Stay there, that'll be just fine. Stay there, that'll be just fine. Okay. Oh yeah, that thing has to come, and it goes on this way up here. Gotta remember that. That's for the choke knob. Choke knob. Throttle cable came out on its own. Let's see if we can get this guy off. Oh, there goes that guy. Let's make sure I put that back on after. I'll probably forget. Knowing me, I'll probably forget. It seems funny that it's so hard to get the proper fuel line for this thing. You wouldn't think it'd be that much of a rocket scientist thing, but apparently it is. So there he is. Mr. Bing. Hello, Mr. Bing. Well, we'll start pulling things off of here, I guess. I'm going to maybe take it right apart as much as I can. And see how things are looking inside here. I'm going to have to do it on the container. Yeah, the counter outside here, though, because my engine parts are all over the counter in here. So that's not too good. But anyways, let's see what we got inside of this thing. Well, let's have a look-see here. I am just going to take a few small pictures again here, just because, you know, I'll probably forget the way things were. Knowing me. But anyways, let's give this a quick little wipe down here and there. Okay. This is a really tiny little slot on this thing. Man, they're weird tools, eh? Maybe I should put a pair of gloves on here. Hang on. Okay, now you don't have to look at my gross hands. Bloody psoriasis. Anyways, yeah, this one fits a little better. The mighty steel screwdriver fixing the German machine, eh? Oh boy. So I'm gonna probably give this all a bath. Gotta figure out what the needles are set at here, because this is an adjustable carburetor too. It was running fine. I just don't know why it's such a bunch of ghosts in it. Seemed to be running good and strong when it was, so now just before I take this right off of here, I just want one more picture of that, and get this off of here. Let me just see. Hang on a sec again here. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I get the hole back in the right spot again. Alright. It's a little crispy-ish. It's not terrible too bad, but it's definitely got some weird flaring to it, which probably isn't helping it too much. This will be the pressuring side from the vacuum. That one we'll just, probably won't gonna clean these, I don't think. There we go. And maybe I'll just get another quick picture just to say we did. I think we got enough pictures of it now. Kind of smells like old gas. Interesting. Ooh. There's maybe a potential issue. There's some kind of weird filtery looking thing that's maybe all bunged up inside of this. I don't know what this is here. Oh, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, whatever the heck this thing was. There's a bunch of junk in there from some kind of that, you know what? That looks like media from like the tank filter with the fibery crap on it. I bet you that's going to be all that's wrong with this thing. It was just a fuel blockage there, because that'd be the fuel coming in. Is that the fuel coming in? Yeah. Hang on a sec here now. Let me get my bearings again here. Yeah, this is the now I forget. Let me just look at a picture here again, because now I'm kind of forgetting. Okay, so this is the impulse line here, and the bottom one's the fuel line. Yeah, okay. So this cap here is the impulse, and that's the fuel line here. So it got but that's weird how that so this fuel must be coming in here and then through. I think, oh, I don't want that to fall off. No, that goes on like that. Pretty sure. They both point the same way. Okay, so that's the fuel coming in. Goes into the carburetor. It must come out one of these holes here, but there's definitely a little screen down in there that was bunged up. That's definitely what was going on there. Okay, let's grab the carburetor kit and see if there's anything in there that I think something's got sucked in through the fuel system there. That's a little kit for it here. I don't see any little thing like that, so that's what's happened there. Something probably off the fuel filter. Interesting, eh? Probably the ethanol that broke that down. And you know, we might not need to put this kit in this. Although I'll probably put the diaphragm side in. But let me just get a little bit of air and just see. I want to see where it's going to come out of here. If the, you know, the fuel's coming in, where it's going, and it must have been going through that little screen, which captured all that stuff over time, and then just that's why it started running weird, and it would run, and then it would be hard to start. That'd be why. Okay, so I've got a huge long wand on this thing. That's what they sold me. Let's just see here now. Okay, so that's coming up out of this hole. It's coming up out of this hole here. Definitely some old junk in there. Okay, very confusing how they do their, you know, I think they could make it a lot simpler than what they do, but anyway, so let's coming in here, going across. And I'm not too sure where it goes after that. Interesting. This is just all mucked up in here though. It's the impulse there. I bet you this thing would run if I just put the diaphragm in it. I don't think I need to really do a whole pile to it, although I'd like to get this screen out and cleaned. Usually they just kind of pop right out. One of these should these things always were traditionally pretty good machines. We used to rent these at our rental shop there. And does this come with the new screen in it? It does, right there. See the new screen right there. Okay, I'm just gonna put this up over out of the way here just so I don't lose any parts of that. This definitely needs to come out of here. You usually have to wreck them, yeah, to get them out. Okay, that little guy's out. And I don't know what's down underneath here, where this is gonna go now. I'm gonna have to pull these needles, I think, out of here too. So we've got to figure out what they're set at. So we'll do the high. Oh, the high's right closed. That's weird. Maybe these are a fixed jet in here. Okay, so they're both tight closed. That's a bit weird. Oh yeah, they're a fixed jet. Okay. See the little holes in them? It's fixed jet, so I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to do, I don't know if they're both the same. High, and then up here we'll do low. Just in case. Well, that's good. I didn't have to mess with settings then. They do have a number on the jet though here. This is 442. This one here is 72. Okay, so they are different. They're probably both the same length and both look exactly the same. Yeah, they both look exactly the same. Okay, so that's the low. Alright. Now this is a little different carburetor that I'm kind of used to with this extra little diaphragm-y thing in here. We'll take out the needle and seat because we get all that in there. Maybe. Don't know if this one will fit this one. It should, but... Oh, wow. Probably don't need to take that right out. Yeah. I could actually probably stay in there. All it does is screw into that thing. Now these ones might be fun. There could be junk under these too. I don't know. Do it kind of in the compartments here. Okay. There's a jet under there too. And lots of little holes. Look at the tiny little holes in there. Only jumping, eh? Probably for idle circuits and stuff. So that's coming, yeah, so that's coming in there, and then it comes into this side to the needle. And then the diaphragm area. Okay. Get up there, here, hose. There's not a whole lot much else I can take off of this guy now. I think he's ready for a bath. These parts here, probably not going to do them, I don't think. Probably not going to wash them. I probably don't need to wash that thing either now. That's interesting. That looks kind of like a filtering media stuff. Something, I don't know what this is, but it's definitely filtery looking. Probably come off the tank filter. Willing to bet. Alright. I might just hit that with some brake cleaner. I don't think I was going to put in the ultrasonic cleaner, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I think it's going to be fine. So get rid of that blockage. I'm just going to give this a spray out of camera here. Get rid of the most of the junk. And just give her a little blast. Little blast will do ya. That's the high. Where's it coming out? Right behind there. So these are the high and the lows right here. They seem clear. They're pretty simple. Now, I don't think these are having any problems. Boy, that's a small hole in there. Let's give them a little spray, I guess. A little spray. For the low. A little spray for the high. Now they look exactly the same to me, but they do have a different number on them, so I'll just put them back in like that, I guess. And this little piece we took off of here, it doesn't look too bad either, honestly. I just don't really want to muck with it, you know, like I think it'll be fine if I just slap her back together. Gonna get this a little bit more blowing out maybe here. I think she'll run beautiful now with this thing cleaned out. I might be able to actually reuse this thing again too, maybe. Get her clean. Probably use that new one, but yeah, I kind of mangled it a little bit. I mean, I could straighten it a bit. But we got this new one, so okay. So yeah, this thing here, I think I'm just gonna reuse it. I mean, it doesn't really do a whole lot of, you know, anything really. It's just a blocking plate, so it lets stuff go where it should. I just really, I mean, we're going to use some of this kit. Maybe we should, but it's already nice and mounted on here already, and it's not in too bad a feeling shape. It's still pretty hard feeling though. Got the right one. Ooh, that one is different. It is a little bit different. It's got more of a port up top there than this older one did. I'm just gonna use as little parts as I can, I think, for this. You know, it's not something I use all the time either, right? So we'll just drive her home, I think, here, and I just don't really want to mess with things too much, you know. But that was definitely the problem with it. It should fire right up now. Should fire right up. Oh, stupid gloves. I hate wearing gloves. I am seeing a naturopath, or had virtual appointments with a naturopath. Just because my doctor just, I don't know what's wrong with your psoriasis. I don't care. Almost like I don't care. So it's like, okay, that's nice, thanks. Very nice of you. A little bit of junk sunk in there. That's okay. Should be good. Okay. Needle and seat. I think I'm just going to reuse it too, honestly. It's probably fine still. That might be impossible to get that back down and under there. This bolt might have to come right out. Oh, no, she just fell in. Sweet. Seems to be functioning. Screwdriver's a smaller screwdriver, but man, some of these screws it just does not want to fit in. Can't really get this tight enough with this little guy, but I'll try my best. Seems to be working. Alright, we will put in this new screen if I can feel it with these gloves on. I might have to take these gloves off, I don't know. I'm sure there is some special installation tool for these so you don't mess it up putting it back in too. But there we go. It should hold. Okay, good, good. I guess these needles can go back in too now. So I got the low here. Fuel restriction problem. Interesting. High there. High. High. 72, and the other one was what? 42. Part number probably. This thing will probably fire. Well, it's going to need more than one pull probably, but it might not be too far off that. That's going to matter a whole lot. Alright, I'm just going to wipe these off. I think I'm going to reuse these gaskets too. I'm not going to get into changing them, I don't think. Now, which way did this go? Nope, must have been like that. Nope, that's not right either. There's two locating pin things. Nope. That big spot's got to go over there, I know that. I'll get her eventually. There we go. There we go. No other parts. That's good. And this needs to line up. Oh, darn it. That needs to line up with this guy like this. Just like so. 4 screws here. Thought I was going to have to. Oh, no, that's the wrong screws. 3 screws here. Sorry, my bad. Looking at the wrong side. 3 screws here. There we go. Those will snug up after we get the other ones in. Trying to get this done before it gets too stupid hot out here. I'm going to hide later. Honestly, there's no way I'm going to be out here when it's getting stupid hot out. And this one's probably not going to quite fit. Just a little bit too big, that screwdriver. It's interesting. This one just doesn't have a real good gripping handle to, you know, to crank it on, but I'm sure they're probably going to leak anyways. They all seem to. Alright. The diaphragm, I think we're going to change him. Alright, so let's just get another couple of pictures because, I don't know, I always seem to mess these up for some reason. You know, I'm just going to take it off and put it back on. Okay. Let's get the diaphragm out here, just make sure that it looks good. That's the two we need, I believe. No, not that one, this one under here. Should have used all them parts, but most of them were still fine. Like, there's no point in really switching them if they're not that bad. This diaphragm it's a little bit crunchy-ish. So we'll just put it all back on, I think. Okay, so that come off like that, and not like that. This one should go on like that, and this one like that. Hopefully that's right. Hopefully this was in right. I don't know. I always get messed up with them things. Okay, so now that should have gone like this with a little locator pin there, which is nice that they give you that. And this is the one with the 4 screws. There's a snug one up here. I always enjoyed working on these little carburetors, but my fingers are... I think I figured out why. You know how I've always said I can't work on small things anymore, you know, and fine motor skills aren't so good. I think it's from all the weed whacking. The vibration from that kind of stuff. I think that's what's done it to me. Doing a bit of reading. We get a... what's it called? Parks and Rec, I think. Like recreation. Like a landscaping magazine that just sent it to us. I don't know. I never signed up for nothing, but they just send it to us. And I was reading in there about vibration, anti-vibration, and, you know, damage to nerves and your hands and arms. I'm like, interesting. I bet you that's what's going on with me. My frickin' fine motor skill stuff. I can do it, but I just really got to think about it hard. You know, I'm trying to thread a nut on something, tiny little thing. It's not good, but damage is done now, I guess. So. Okay, I think that should. We got her. This diaphragm, how is it looking? Yeah, it's not in greatest of shapes. It's not hard though, mind you, but we'll switch it. Okay, well, I guess we can go mount this all back up here. And put some gas in it and see if she'll fire up. That's all it was a blockage. This is very painstaking putting this back together. Tiny little millimeter at a time. I think I can come home here now. I think. Try working on this one a bit more. I don't remember that one being that stiff. I hope I haven't cross-threaded it. And this one is just in a bad spot under here. If I had a ball type Allen key up here with me, this would have been a lot easier. We'll get her. We're fighting her. And I didn't put that stupid thing in. Again, it was sitting right here. Oh, man. Well, I seen this silly tube that I didn't want to take off, and I took it off and put the thing back on, but anyways, we still got some hardened silicone there, but it is kind of rubbery, and then there's a metal part after that, so you just got to make sure those clamps are really super friggin' tight, I guess. And we'll drive on. So, yeah, fun stuff. But anyways, yeah, it was coming loose, so I'm like, ah, well, we'll just pull it off, so. Get her on there in the right spot. Hopefully it should be good. I gotta get this stupid cover here too. It fell down. Get over here. Yeah, this is part of it. The manifold here, I guess, it's got to go on. It gives the right distancing. So, all right. Well, you don't want to mess with that fuel line too much. there should do. And why aren't you one to fit back in there nice? That's interesting. Doesn't go on anymore. Why are you a mile out? Why are you a mile out? It's the way you came off there. This stupid clamp here is going to give me problems, I think. Stupid clamps. Okay. I might have to put this on first. Kind of thing, and then this guy on. Whew, that's kind of putting blindly into those holes there. I don't really like that idea a whole lot. I don't think that's even lined up. That's going to be an interesting little fun little fight. Because I really can't see. Oh, maybe. Nope. That's definitely not in the right spot there. What's going on here now? Well, I guess this thing, you just gotta make her go. It didn't seem like it was lined up at all there, but it seems to be screwing in, so we'll take that as a win, I guess. It's weird how it's hard there, you know, but I think that's pretty good. Alright, all these little fuel lines, that's the impulse. That's gotta go. No, I think I'm wrong with that. Where is it? No, that is right. Okay, yeah. And the fuel line, which is a little bit bigger. I got this kind of filter on it now, so I don't know where it was and where it got that other junk from, but strange. Very, very strange. That feller back on, and then we'll have to tighten these a little bit to the screwdriver, which I think I left out here. Looking like. No, that's not going to be loose enough, apparently. These clamps are weird. They tighten, but they never really seem to tighten. You know what I mean? You can just pull them right back off again. Well, they tighten and that's about it. So, and these ones here, we'll have to tighten this guy up again. Hopefully it's on there now. It almost seems like this has been cut. Like this hose should have gone up a lot further. It doesn't really give you a whole lot to clamp to. I mean, it's still soft there. They've still got some, but not much. Not enough, I don't think. Throw in some fresh fuel. Hopefully it's getting enough impulse off the carb there to, or off the engine there to pump a bit of fuel through the lines once we get some fresh fuel into her. There is a little bit of fuel still in it, but not a whole pile, so. And this isn't the right clamp probably for this. I don't know what they originally would have factory had, we'll see. I think I might get on that with the 5/16, I think they are. 5/16 or an 8mm, I believe. Just give them a good snugging with the socket. think the vibration, unfortunately, loosens them off again after a while. Alright, that should be all good. Boy, I don't really want to mess with this fuel line, that's for sure. I'm sure I've changed it though, once. You know what I should have done though, and I might still do it again actually, is go back and get my other little screwdriver. I took it back out here. And since I've already had this one off of here, I'm going to take this one off here again and maybe get some of this fuel out of the tank drain. There's not much. I mean, I could tip it up on its side too, I guess. There we go. Snap! Wouldn't that be the thing, eh? Okay, now I need a little container. I got a little container right here. And we'll see what we can get out of this. The little fuel tab's off right now, so now she's on. It's gonna have to unfortunately go through that. It's pretty thick looking. Gonna have to go through that filter, but that's all right. Yeah, we're getting a little bit out of there. Okay. Let me just move you back a little bit here. All right, we'll get it's just dumping out a little bit. See, I don't think there's much in there, so we'll put some fresher stuff in and maybe flush that through. Yeah, there's hardly anything in there really. Okay. Let's see, we'll just turn this off again. I'll get some fresh gas and put in it. Mixed, of course. Lovely mixed gas. Let's pour some in. I don't know if you can see me pouring some in here, but we're going to pour some in. Gonna put a bit in, I guess. Should be alright. And we'll just do that. We'll do that same thing here and get some cleaner flow coming through, hopefully. Oh yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see if we can get that feller to run in here now. I shall tighten that back up. Those things just seem to tighten right down, and that's it. Alright, we'll pull this back on. And we probably won't get any fuel flowing until, well, maybe a bit coming in, until we get some impulsing happening there. Which we could simulate if we took that off the engine and just cranking way is this way. So, this is on all the time kind of thing, if you know what I mean. I could probably take this off and just use my drill again, but it should start pretty good. These things always did start nice. They were pretty decent machines. Yeah, so we'll just maybe pull it a few times here. See if we can get some pulsing happening here. And I just need to find a recoil spring and I could rebuild that recoil. It broke quite a while ago and that was the end of that, so. We got fuel to the carburetor, I think now. Now it's up to it itself to kick over here, hopefully. Haven't given it any throttle yet either. I really don't want to start it in here with it jumping. We are on start. Should probably check the sparky plug too, but we'll pull it a few more times here just to see we did. Well, let's pop the spark plug out and have a look at her maybe. Make sure we don't have spark. If we don't have spark, I don't know what I'd do with it then, because I don't have parts for that. That's for sure. Got no primer on this thing either, right? It just works off that pulse from the engine, so that kind of sucks. But then once your pressure starts going down, then it may not. It's really clean looking there-ish. Let's see here. Probably isn't the best way to try to start this thing. Okay, lots of spark. Well, that's good. Maybe what I'll do is give it a tiny little bit of incentive here. Ooh, I don't like that. I need a little dropper thing. Oh, what to do. Just dumping a whole bunch here. I don't really want to do that. No, I'm not liking that idea. I'm going to have to figure out something else here. Pull the fuel line off again. It's got fuel right to the carburetor though, which it should be going in there. Give me a second here, I'll figure this out here. Alright, give him a little bit of incentive in the engine there through the spark plug hole. So hopefully that's going to give him a little kickstart, and if it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That's a good sign. Run now, so that should be good. why. It was doing that like that before too, where it seems to kind of start bogging out. Seems to be running all right there though. Idle. I'm going to try to run it around a little bit and see what I can do with it, I guess. I'm going to run it around a bit here for you. It seems like it's working, but it has the odd little bog section. I just don't really know why. Seems alright. We'll have to run her up at the foundation here at the house, but fire it up here again and see. I wish I had a recoil on it, but that's okay. I just wonder if the rings are getting tired, or maybe the cylinder's getting a little bit, you know, worn. Oh. It's weird, I adjusted the... See, it's got ghost, this thing. I adjusted the idle a bit, but then now it seems to not want to idle. It's got ghost, I'm telling you. Well, let's try to get her running. Yeah, no, it won't idle or throttle up. That's a weird ghosts on this thing. I don't know what's going on. It's always had a weird something. I just wonder if the rings are getting tired in it. It's just not really giving the pressure that it should have. Want to go at all. Could be out of gas. I didn't put much in it. There's lots in there. Gas is still on. Yeah, okay. Probably if I let it cool down it might start up again, but isn't that weird? Seems to having a bit of resistance there to stall. Well, that's good, but it doesn't take much to, you know, lose a few psi and then it starts acting up weird. Two-stroke stuff is odd. I don't know. I'll let her cool down, I guess. It was running pretty good there, and now it's got a ghost in her again. Why it's doing that, I don't know. I put a little bit more motion juice in it there. I took the spark plug, I put a bit more in. I think I found something interesting that may be causing the problems here with this. And it's maybe something, I don't know if I can fix or not. She'll run, maybe I'll use her and then at the end of her. Oh. That one didn't pull too good. Hang on a sec there, we'll try that again. Yeah, it looks like a bit of wetness around the base gasket on this thing, which isn't a good thing. Doesn't even want to go with that stuff. Interesting. I might have to let her cool down again. Try it later. But it ran, just it won't restart now. That's kind of what it was doing before. Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave her. Poor thing's probably just wore out, but I'll show you what I kind of noticed on this side over here. Something maybe Could be potentially the problem. Kind of hard to see, but way down in here, let's see if the camera brightens up at all. It's awful wet down and around that base there. I think she might have a bad base gasket there, potentially, is what I'm thinking. That's not too good. That's not too good. Oh. Oh, it doesn't look like it's dripped out the bottom. Could be just having a little bit of, you know, back and forth and letting some pressure out of there. So she might be done for. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see down in there, but I kind of think maybe that's potentially a problem. It could be just those bolts have vibrated loose too. There's a heck of a lot of vibration with this thing, right? This thing's like constantly moving. Not too good. And I don't know if I can get you a very good shot down there. You can't really see anything from either side. But I see it's kind of wet looking. Right down in there. That's the base of that cylinder, so that's potentially could be an issue. I don't know. Don't know if I can just pull that off and pull the cylinder off, pull it all apart. Is it worth getting into? I don't know. Doesn't even want to start now with a bit of extra juice in her, so I'm going to try a few more times anyways and see. And then, I don't know, we'll have to retire this old girl maybe. And it started right up. Talk about weird ghosts, eh? I don't know. Let it sit there and idle for as long as it might want to. What a weird thing. Taking that carb apart, I guess, helped, but it's still doing kind of the same weird stuff. I'm kind of wondering if there's something going on with that base gasket, but I don't know. It shouldn't really run too well. Well, it shouldn't run at all, really, you know, but I'm just going to let it sit there and idle. Well, definitely got some ghost still. That's interesting. I thought for sure that dirty up carburetor, that junk in it would have made a huge, huge difference, but no. So what I'm going to go and check now is in behind the exhaust system here. Maybe the exhaust port is all bunged up with crap. That could happen. I doubt it, but I also want to look at the piston on this side just to rule out, say, any scored up piston or, you know, whatever. Just it's not responding the way I kind of thought it would have here. So we got lots of covers here we got to take off, it looks like. Oh, and they got nuts all behind them too. That's great. Oh, Bo-Mag, you don't like me, do you, Bo-Mag? Make it rough on me. Okay. And we pretty much got to get... Oh, man. Pretty much got to get all that cover off to get down to the muffler here. I'm going to save you watching me do all that. I got to get this outside cover off. It's all bolted on with stupid frickin' nuts and all that crap. So I'm going to be a bit fighting this, I think. 13 and probably a 13 in there too, I bet. These things are just, well, it's what they do is they vibrate, right? So I'm just curious to see the exhaust port on this side. See what we got going happening on there. This guy out of here. This guy out of here. I think that's all that's left on here, just these two on the front. And I don't know, maybe I'm chasing ghosts with this. Maybe I should just retire this thing and buy a new one. Buy new ones with 4-stroke engines on them. Get rid of these stupid 2-stroke stinkers. Really loose there, yeah, it's coming. Okay, this will tell us a bit in here. Let's get her up here and have a look. Can't really see much without too much of a light. Let me grab a light. Alright, well, it looks clear for carbon in there anyways. The cylinder looks not terrible bad, but I do see some scoring in there. A little bit of scoring on the top of the piston too, but the skirt and everything looks pretty good. I don't think that's an issue, but there's an awful lot of oil in there, so I mean it's getting oil, which is good. But I'm not sure now if it's the base gasket leaking on this thing, or I mean I see a lot of slimy stuff down the side of it here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me get you in closer. I see a lot of slimy stuff there, but I kind of wondered if it's come out of here and just kind of landed on there. But it's kind of, well, I don't know. I don't think the base gasket's leaking. It would probably look a lot wetter than that, but it's just not running right for some weird reason. I just wonder if it's just, I mean, these things are old, man. This thing's from, I'll have to look up the year of production on these things, but these things aren't new, right? Probably a new cylinder and piston and rings would, you know, get her going better, but I don't know. I don't really want to put that into it, and I don't think I could probably get them parts anyways, but I just want to put in this spark plug again here just to kind of seal that end up and give it some turn and see if I can see any weird bubbles coming out of here through the, you know, leaking compression or something, we'll say. It's funny how it runs. Like I ran it around there fine, it was idling, I shut it off, would not start again. Which makes me think engine internals, honestly. I don't know if, oh, now I really moved you guys. Sorry, hang on a sec, we'll reposition. Okay, I think I got you locked in there now. The trouble is trying to get the light in there. I think we're all right, but there is a bit of grime in there, you know, but it's so weird. I don't know what's causing this this issue, other than maybe it's kind of wore out inside there a bit. I mean, this has been leaking something here for a wee while down here. You can see there's quite a bit of skime, and it's, you know, older skime all the way down here, right? So I mean, base gasket's leaking. You wouldn't think it would run at all. And this thing, it does run, it's just very weird. How's the let's have a look at the gasket on the other side of the muffler here. Not that that's going to make a huge difference. Well, you know what, it has dripped down a little bit here, interestingly enough, so I think maybe that's all that maybe is. Let's zoom you out here again. So this is of course the bottom, which it sits like this on the engine, so you can see it has kind of dripped a little bit. I'm wondering if this thing is a little bit bunged up too, although I don't know. It's hard to say. Boy, that's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. It's a mystery to me, that's for sure. But here's the holes underneath that didn't have any bolts in it. I thought that was kind of interesting. They've probably fallen out 100,000 miles ago. That's a bit tight. This one here. Well, I don't know. I mean, I could do a compression test on it. I just don't know what compression it should be at, but something is probably been leaking past here, I think, onto, so the gasket's probably not in good shape on this side. I don't think the base gasket's really leaking there. I think this is just skime from, you know, this thing not sealing quite right. And this side shouldn't really make a huge difference if it seals right or not there. It's the other side, the intake, you don't want any air leaks on. And it could be that intake boot tube too. I mean, there's a lot of things working against us. I'm almost thinking not to continue, you know, with it. But you see these things the odd time coming up on the Facebook Marketplace, and I thought, you know, 400 bucks. Well, then I got an old piece of junk again, and I probably wouldn't be happy with it. But let me see if I can find the year of manufacture on these things. Well, I found this just online here. Somebody trying to sell something or whatever here. It's the same sort of thing. It's maybe, it looks about the same sort of thing here. Oh, sorry, same sort of thing. A little bit different. It's maybe a little older, so, or a little newer, a little older maybe, I don't know, but looks pretty much the same thing. But it's 1988, so I mean, this one here is 34 years old, so this one's probably in and around that era at some point. This is a BT58, this is a BT58, so it's probably, you know, mid 80s to early 90s, so I mean, that's like 30 odd years, so yeah, that's pretty good, really. I think we'll retire the old girl here, put her back together here, retire it maybe, and then I don't know, I'll have to figure out something else for compacting that up there. I'll maybe just use the backhoe with some weight in the bucket or something, just drive back and forth, and you know, that'll hammer it down pretty good. It's not going to give it compaction, but I mean, really, this isn't the right, this is good for in and around foundations, but for doing that whole thing, you really should have a big diesel plate tamper, like the big ones, that's 600 or 700 pounds, and that'll really compact her down good. But yeah, I mean, nature itself will also do it eventually too, right? And walking over it and stuff, driving over it with things, we'll do it too. And I was over that little spot up there by the house with the Mini-X, and it weighs like 2,000 pounds, so you know, it's back and forth with that. So I mean, that's what we'll have to do, I guess. I think this old girl is going to be retired. Poor old girl. Well, last thing I'm going to try is a compression test, just to rule out anything there. I don't know what the compression should be on it. Oh, that one's too big. Look at another one. I'm not sure what the compression should be, but it should be up around over 100, I would say. My guess. Be my guess. I don't know. We'll see. Nice compression tester. This is a brand new one. I don't think I've even used this one before. So that's all right. Started. Oh. Should be enough in there. That guy in here. And I'll just put it maybe down there for a minute. We'll give it a couple of pulls here. See what we're showing for compression. And if it's down probably below 100, I'd say there's probably a ring issue, or could be a lot of things. Pull the door open here. I'll give it a couple of good rips here anyways. Give it the best chance we can. And I think we'll end up retiring this old girl. I don't know whether I'll ever buy another one of these. should be showing us what we could show us. Yeah, so we're right at about 100 psi there. I think it should be probably a little higher than that. But let me give her another couple of shots here. I was kind of thinking around 110 to 120-ish, but I'm not 100% sure what they should be at. Brand new, we'll say. That should have shot her up. Yeah, we're up just over 100 there now, so I mean, that's probably about where it should be at, but for some reason it still ghosts me. It doesn't like me. Could be something simple as the magneto's starting to go weird on it too. I mean, it seemed to have spark, but I don't know. Well, let's see here. We're just over 100. We're probably about 105. I think that's probably decent. I'll see if I can find a spec for that though. I can't find nothing on this thing. Doesn't seem to be any info on it. It's so hard to find any specs or anything, you know. It's kind of silly, really. I think it's not really from this country, I guess. Volmag, I think that's German. So imagine that's probably why I can't really find a whole lot of info on it. I should have probably got a manual for it, I guess, but I didn't. Anyways, if I can find the spark plug, I'll put her back in. You know what? Maybe I'll hop over to the store and see if I can get another, maybe an NGK or one of these, or crossover or something. Maybe we'll try a new plug too. Just sometimes they're a nuisance too, right? Well, our Canadian Tire is not the greatest. That's the closest I could get. It's NGK BPR 4HS. I think it wanted B4HS or whatever. I don't remember now. But anyways, they didn't have that, so I'll have to use this. And that one probably wasn't the right plug in there anyways. But we'll give her a try here. We'll get one out. Brand new plugs out of the package. If I can get this knife to work and not cut me open. Stupid freaking packages. Makes it harder for someone to steal them in the store. I think that's all they're meant to do. But anyways, that sharp knife away before we do cut ourselves. It's like a fairly tight gap on it. I don't know again what the gap should even be on it, but we'll leave her as is, I guess. Put a brand new plug in her. And we'll see if she's still got ghosts. What's going on? I don't know. I kind of think that it's getting tired on the internals of the engine. That's probably a lot of running, you know. There we go. It's probably had a lot more running than I realized. This was, it's like, I got this from the Monument guys. They got it from the rental shop in another town. And so, yeah, that's, it's been around, it's been abused, I'm sure, too, you know, and they're pretty tough, but I think there's maybe an issue with this boot here, too, on this thing. It's a bit too short. It looks like it should come up a lot higher. I mean, it's still attached, it's tight and everything, but it's just not where it should be. But we'll pull it outside here again, see if we have any luck. Well, we'll see. Got the gas turned on here. Might be a couple of pulls. We'll put the start on again. No throttle, just idle in speed. First one, no good. And there's one more try, and that's it. Like, I mean, to try to get it to run here. Just something not happy. It'd be a lot nicer with a recoil. Well, something's not right. I shouldn't have to put gas in the spark plug hole, right?
Weird. Now we'll try one with throttle on here. Still on start. I'm trying now. Oh man. Couple more pulls. That'll be the end of her. No. I think it's got some internal issues. Interesting. I know it's got a fair bit of pulsing. I did test the pulse too off the carburetor, off the engine here. I mean, it's moving. Just not happy. You know, I can't go putting stuff down the spark plug hole every time I want to start it. It's being silly, that is. Close, I'm telling you. It's probably gonna be all boggy, I bet. Now it won't start, I bet. Undo my cord. Now it won't start again. I don't know. It seems to run a bit and then not run a bit. And thought maybe once we found that crap in the carburetor, that'll be it. No, could be something else. I'll warm up there maybe a bit. It wants to keep running. Doesn't want to keep running. Jeez, I don't know. Well, we'll try her again here. I just don't want to give up on it yet, but it's got some problems inside. Well, I can't get parts for that, so well, that wasn't a very good pull. Just not happy. I'm going to put up the idle a bit maybe. That's another reason why I think it's got some issues in there, because it seems to have a weird idle when it does idle. And it's even getting worse now, so I think it's just getting wore out. And this thing's like 30 some odd years old, right? So. Something's not right. It shouldn't keep dying like that. It's gonna mess with the jets here, maybe. And I'm gonna pull this low one out again. Check inside of here. We'll get you around the side, maybe where you can see. Yeah, this is getting too hot out here for this crap, anyways. To me, it looks fine. Now there is a super tiny hole in the bottom there. I wonder if I should poke something through that. I might go down and grab my my torch cleaning nozzle cleaner thing. I'm gonna grab it maybe. Ooh, Hayes, I got a hold of someone. My smallest wire I got here is going to be too big for this even. So that's not good. I got the smallest wire I got here, and it won't even fit in the end here, although I don't know if that really is where it's going to come in or out anyways, but Oh, it's maybe just fitting it. Okay, well, we'll try it. I don't think that's going to make a difference, but... Oh, no! Just blow it off! Yeah, let me get these cleaned here, see if that helps at all. Well, a couple more pulls here, and that's it. I've cleaned those things out. Everything should be fine. I'm just thinking it's got, like I say, internal worn out problems. It's so weird. You put a throttle up and just blah. I mean, it's hot out here. It shouldn't need a whole lot of time to warm up. Like, I'm sweating. I'm just about done playing with this thing. It's just something wrong with this thing. I don't know. I've had enough. Enough for this crap for today. It's too hot out here for this. So we're not going to be compacting anything today. That sucks. Well, I don't know what's going on with it. I've messed with it for way too long. Found some interesting stuff in there which I thought might have been the problem, but no. Still running weird. I just really think that internal is... The compression should be a little higher than that. I mean... Weird how it ran there good for a bit and then just started acting weird again, and something I'm not catching or not getting, or something wore out. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with it too much anymore though, I guess. It's too bad because they're a good little machine. You know, I did build a new plate for the bottom and everything, and then custom bent the angles on the front and the back there and stuff, and the other one was beat up pretty good, so I did a lot thicker plate, and it worked great. But and it was running good, but it's just, I think it's slowly getting worse and worse and worse on the internals. So, and I don't know the history on this, right? I mean, it's probably could have 1,000 hours on it. I have no idea. So could have a lot of hours on it, and I don't know what the engines on these are actually rated for. They might be rated for way less than that. So it's probably just wore out. I'd like to see that compression a little bit higher than just over 100 though. I can't find a spec on it, what they should be at, you know, when they're in good shape, we'll say. Should be around 120 maybe, maybe 100's right. I don't know. Like I say, I can't find any info on these things. It's so like a big secret or something. But anyways, I guess she's a shelf queen now. That's too bad. And maybe one day I'll build or buy another one or something if I find I need one. But you know, this just kind of come along in a little deal, and I think he said they had a few problems with it too. So I think the internals are getting tired, and it's just not right. So you lose a bit of compression on a two-stroke and they will act weird, just like this. So anyway, so I couldn't get her fixed. We got her running-ish, but then it's just not running right. So I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with it no more. But anyways, thanks again for watching, and catch you all later. And you guys, if you have any ideas what you think could be going on with this, you know, we went through everything. We checked, you know, cleaned the carburetor out. This has all been retightened, new plug. Checked the exhaust port, and it's all right. I mean, other than being a little low on compression, I don't know what else could be the deal here. So, but anyways, catch you all later. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a good one. Just wanted to quickly show you this too here, and how the lip fits in these lips pretty good. Fits in that one really good actually, and this one really good, and this one really good. This one not so good. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like this one's shrunk a bit or something. These ones are all good. You know, fits in that little lip, this little lip guy here. Fits in that lip. These ones good. But I think I could probably tap it in and it would fit, but I don't really want to do that. That one doesn't fit. They all fit good, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Ugh. I might have to clean this one out a little better or something and try to get some more muck out of it, but we got a long way to go anyways. But yeah, all the sleeves are out of this now, so I'm just waiting for some cooler weather because this is stupid working in here. I'm just sweating like crazy. But anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Catch you all later, and you guys have a good day.